Welcome everyone. I'm excited to start our session today on classroom management techniques. Today's focus will be on telling, a key teacher intervention. We'll explore how effective communication can help maintain a positive learning environment. Over the next few slides, we'll cover strategies, best practices, and practical tips to implement telling effectively. Let's get started. To convey information in a way that is clear, comprehensible, and memorable. The goal here is to make sure that your audience not only understands what you're sharing, but also remembers it afterwards. When we talk about the aim of effective communication, it's really about ensuring that facts, information, or procedural guidelines are delivered in a manner that sticks with the listener. Now, what exactly is telling? Well, it's not just about relaying facts, it's about doing so in a way that resonates. It involves explaining key points thoroughly but in a conversational tone, so it feels natural and engaging. It's also crucial to highlight the most important concepts clearly, so your audience knows what to focus on. And of course, you want to connect everything back to the overall theme of your presentation, creating a cohesive story that guides your listeners through your message seamlessly. Remember, the way you tell your story can make all the difference in whether your message truly lands. Now let's take a closer look at slide 3, which is all about conveying facts and information that form the core of our teaching content. Essentially, this is where we focus on sharing the knowledge that we want our learners to understand. It's important to remember that clarity is key here, presenting facts accurately and in a way that makes sense. Next, we move on to explaining what to do and how to do it. This includes procedures, rules, and methods. When we teach these, we want to be thorough but also clear and approachable. Think of it as guiding someone step by step, making sure they grasp not just the what, but the how. And then, we have the organization behind all this. Why do we tell? Well, because structured information helps learners connect ideas and retain knowledge better. When we communicate these points, whether facts or procedures, we're building a foundation that makes the overall learning experience more meaningful. So the key points here are about clarity, purpose, and connection, making sure our message is not only accurate, but also engaging and aligned with the overall theme of our presentation. There is more to teaching than just telling students facts or information. You see, for learning to really happen, the information needs time to be processed and understood. If we rush through it, students might not fully grasp the concepts. Short-term memory is quite limited and can get overwhelmed quickly, especially if we give too much information at once. That's why packing and giving students space to absorb are so important. Keep in mind, this challenge ties back to our overall goal of effective teaching, making sure students don't just hear the information, but actually internalize it. Let's think about some practical considerations when preparing to explain a concept. First, can I support it with visuals? Using visuals can be a powerful way to clarify complex ideas and keep your audience engaged. They should complement your explanation, not distract from it. Next, how long will it take? Timing is crucial. Too long and you risk losing attention. Too short and you might miss important details. It's about finding that balance that allows you to be thorough but concise. And finally, is telling the most effective way? Sometimes, a story or an analogy resonates more than just facts. Consider your audience and what method will make your message stick. These questions help ensure your explanation is clear, engaging, and impactful, tying back to our overall goal of effective communication. First, I'm going to tell you how to make passive sentences. This is an important step because passive voice can change the focus of a sentence, emphasizing the action or the recipient rather than the doer. So let's break it down. First, identify the object of the active sentence because in passive sentences this becomes the subject. Then we use the correct form of the verb to be, like is, was, were, depending on the tense. Next, we add the past participle of the main verb. And finally, if necessary, include the original subject at the end, often introduced with by. So, by understanding these steps, you'll be able to transform active sentences into passive ones smoothly. Now, let's see how this works in practice. Build new understanding on the foundations of what is already understood. This means that when we're learning something new, it's really helpful to connect it to what we already know. By doing this, we create a stronger mental framework, making it easier to remember and apply new concepts. Remember, progress often happens gradually, so it's important to move on small step by small step. This steady approach allows us to build confidence and ensure we truly grasp each part before moving forward. Revisiting and reminding students about what they already know is key. It reinforces existing knowledge and shows how new ideas fit into the bigger picture. Always start with the known, what students already understand, before introducing the new material. This makes the learning process feel more natural and less overwhelming. And ultimately, it helps us develop a deeper, more connected understanding of the subject matter. When you're speaking, try to focus on one person at a time, just like you're having a conversation. Talk directly to them, and then naturally shift your attention to someone else in the room. Remember, it's more effective to connect with the people in front of you than to just address the whole room or the slides. Make eye contact with different individuals and keep that exchange dynamic and personal. The key is to speak to people, not to the room, because that builds engagement and trust. So stay present with your audience, move your gaze around, and make each person feel like you're having a one-on-one chat. This approach keeps your delivery warm and genuine, and it really helps get your message across. Let's talk about the asterisk, punch asterisk. Yes, the key words in your presentation, and how to really make them stand out asterisk. First, I want you to say these words with more stress. Give them a little asterisk, pause asterisk right before, almost like a drum roll. This helps your audience focus on what's important. Next, use asterisk gestures, a pointed finger or an open hand, to highlight these key ideas. Facial expressions are equally important. A slight raise of the eyebrows or a nod can emphasize your point. Remember, pauses volume and pitch are your best friends. A well-placed pause before a punch word creates anticipation, and changing your volume or pitch can increase clarity and engagement . So use your voice and body be expressive and confident . This isn't just about delivering information. It's about connecting with your audience and making your message stick . Keep these tips in mind, and you'll make your key points powerful and memorable . All right, let's talk about the idea of death by PowerPoint. This is a reminder that slides are there to support your teaching, not to replace your speech. Think of your slides as visual aids, something to enhance understanding, not to script your entire presentation. Use flashcards and pictures whenever you can to clarify complex points, because visuals often make things much clearer than words alone. Diagrams, tables, and flow charts are also incredibly helpful. They structure information visually and help your audience follow your logic more easily. Remember, the goal is to support what you're saying, not to overwhelm with text or details. Including visual support makes your presentation more engaging and helps keep your audience focused on your message. So always ask yourself, are my visuals clarifying or distracting? If they support, use them. If they clutter, reconsider. Keep it simple, keep it visual, and let your voice do the talking. That's how you avoid the pitfalls of death by PowerPoint. Now, let's take a closer look at how this method truly supports learning. The key idea here is that it helps learners listen actively, understand deeply, and remember longer explanations more effectively. When we give learners a small section of input, just 1 to 3 minutes, it feels manageable and less overwhelming. Then, the next step is that each person takes notes on what they've heard. This note-taking encourages active engagement and personal processing of the information. After that, we get into group discussions where everyone shares and agrees on what was said. This collaborative step reinforces understanding, clarifies any confusion, and helps solidify the knowledge. The concept of instant playback is really powerful because it allows learners to revisit the material immediately, making the learning process more dynamic and memorable. Overall, this method fosters active participation, peer learning, and reinforces comprehension, all essential for effective learning. When sharing information, it's best not to include it all in a lot of unnecessary details or extra wrapping. Keep your message simple and clear. Too much surrounding information can distract your audience and hide the main point. Focus on the key message you want to communicate. By doing this, you make it easier for people to understand and remember what you're saying. Remember, clear and direct information is always more effective than cluttered or complicated details. This approach helps your message stand out and makes your communication more impactful.